that Roach may be the most skillful fighter you have fought in your career. Do you agree with that assessment, and how would you rate Roach's skills?
I agree. I totally agree. He got good skills. Oh, that's why he's here. You know what I mean?
I don't really care too much about the outside critics. I know what I can do in the ring, and that's the only thing that matters, honestly, is that I go out, give it my all, and perform, and most likely, 9 times out of 10 when I do that, I'll be victorious.
As Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach faced off during their first press conference ahead of their highly anticipated rematch in Las Vegas, the atmosphere crackled with tension. This bout clearly carries major significance for Tank, evident in the presence of Leonard Ellerbe and longtime trainer Calvin Ford, both of whom were joining at the top table and addressed the audience. Their return underlined the seriousness of the moment. When it was time for the fighters to speak, Lamont Roach stepped up to the lectern first. Unlike previous appearances, he kept it brief, offering gratitude to those in attendance and confidently assuring fans that his performance in the rematch would surpass the first.
From Tank.
I take that compliment very well, and it lets me know that he is 100% focused, and that he's gonna bring his A game. That's what's all a part of this. Gonna make it a great fight. That's what a lot of people are missing. That's what a lot of people don't get. So that's the thing right there. Like he's attentive, he's aware, and he know that. That's part of the. That's what got him.
I know I faced the best version of Tank in the first fight, but I hope he comes even better this time. I'm ready for whatever he brings on fight night. And trust me, I'll be bringing even more, Roach said as he returned to his seat. One of the most vocal figures in Gervonta Davis's camp, Leonard Ellerbe, spoke just before Roach and stressed that Tank had personal issues during their first bout, suggesting that Lamont had faced a distracted version of the real Gervonta Davis.
I'll say Tank Davis. We gonna see. He's gonna let you know. There are a few things on the table, so we'll see what happens. In your opinion, does Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson ever happen? Of course. Why not? Why not? That's a fight of war.
I know I faced the best version of Tank in the first fight, but I hope he comes even better this time. I'm ready for whatever he brings on fight night. And trust me, I'll be bringing even more, Roach said as he returned to his seat. One of the most vocal figures in Gervonta Davis's camp, Leonard Ellerbe, spoke just before Roach and stressed that Tank had personal issues during their first bout, suggesting that Lamont had faced a distracted version of the real Gervonta Davis.
When it got active, do you go into a press conference like, I'm trying to make a movie or I'm trying to match energy? Like, what's your approach to a press conference?
She chilling. Like, how we all right now, you hear me? Like, I be in my element. 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking about the fight.
When it was Gervonta Tank Davis's turn to speak, he carried an uncharacteristically serious demeanor, a clear sign that he means business this time around. He appeared focused, determined not to repeat past mistakes. "Thank you to everyone who still believes in me," he said. "I've grown, I've learned. I know what it feels like to be at the bottom. But trust me, August 16th will be different. I'm unlocking the beast inside me, once and for all." His message left little doubt. Tank is coming with intent. All.
Yeah, a rude awakening for sure. He just doing what he had to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill, and who had the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Many believe Gervonta Davis enters this rematch fueled by revenge. Once a dominant favorite who had rarely gone the distance, only twice before, his unexpected loss to Lamont Roach left a mark on his record. For many boxing fans, it's Davis who is the most approved, seeking redemption for a defeat that shook his legacy.
Great talent, fighting on the card Saturday night. So I just want to be here and give it my all. I'm grateful and happy to be a part of this event and be able to be at this level in my career. So I want to just say thank y'all for coming out.
The truth, however, is that Lamont Roach was the one truly wronged in their first bout. The controversial draw stemmed from questionable decisions by the judges, referee, the World Boxing Association, and the New York State Athletic Commission. If anyone deserves revenge, it's Roach, robbed of the biggest win of his career by boxing's corrupt oversight.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't give me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room.
What makes this matchup even more compelling is its potential to open the door to a full-blown trilogy for Gervonta Davis, who has never been in a rematch. The prospect of a 3-fight saga is both new and exciting. Throughout his career, there have been talks of potential rematches with past opponents like Ryan Garcia and Isaac Pitbull Cruz, but none ever materialized. That changed when Lamont Roach stepped in and defied the odds. Many believe this rematch will mirror the intensity of the first encounter, as both fighters possess similar technical ability and high ring IQ. What truly sets Roach apart, however, is his granite chin. He absorbed Tank's hardest punches in the first fight as if they were mere taps. That toughness makes this rematch all the more unpredictable and thrilling.
I go ahead and crack you into, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same. And that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight. A whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
Tank's heavy reliance on knockout power might not serve him well in this rematch. If he hopes to win, he'll need to focus on boxing smart and sticking to fundamentals. Lamont Roach is a gritty, relentless fighter. He's not like the others who fold under pressure. In fact, during their previous encounter, it was Tank who got clipped by Roach's sharp left hook. Roach thrives in close quarters, staying right in the pocket and battling in the eye of the storm. That presents a real problem for Tank, who's used to opponents retreating as soon as they feel the heat of his punches.
When you lock up, is he small? Tell that man too small, bro. Y'all in the same weight class.
That's a new weight class for me. A new weight class for me.
That's what I'm saying. That night y'all was in the same weight class. And you still feel like he too small?
He was too small.
Dang.
I'm just calling a spade. No disrespect, no nothing. He's just too small. I've been in there with some big guys.
There's a lot to look forward to in the upcoming rematch, and the face-off is just the start of a rivalry that will keep building until August, after one of the most controversial boxing matches in recent memory between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. on March 1st. Fans across the boxing world have been demanding a second showdown. The first fight ended in a majority draw, and now both fighters are ready to settle the score once and for all.
Tank want a rematch. Let me know now. Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he only do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank again?
It's only a matter of time. Fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They said he wanted in New York. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I want mine, but I love for it to be in DC.
Okay.
I love for it to be in DC.
It quickly became clear that both camps were eager to make the rematch happen, and Sports Illustrated's Chris Mannix confirmed the buzz by reporting a Tank Roach rematch could happen as early as June 21st in Las Vegas. Both sides are now committed to running it back, with a date and location seemingly being finalized for Davis versus Roach 2. Fans have taken to social media to debate who will come out on top in this highly anticipated sequel. Many are backing Roach, believing his gritty style gives him the edge. One example comes from an ex-user who posted 2 images from the first bout captioned, "Roach is beating that guy again, mate."
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long will you take it?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
Another fan shared a gif of a cockroach wielding a lightsaber, clearly showing support for Roach. Meanwhile, others are backing Davis in the rematch. One fan commented, I thought Roach won the first 115 to 113, but I think Tank will make adjustments and win the rematch. Another added, Roach will be very competitive, but Tank will KO him in the later rounds. As the expected rematch date draws near, anticipation continues to grow, and the hype surrounding this highly anticipated bout shows no signs of slowing down.
That was the first fight in a long time when Tank first started. His body was that defined. You see how his body looked?
The first fight was expected to be just another routine night for Gervonta Davis and his team. From the moment the matchup with Lamont Roach was announced, Team Davis showed no signs of concern. Roach, though a familiar name with a solid record and a title to his name, was viewed as the smaller man and a clear underdog. But Roach came in with something to prove. From the opening bell, he boxed brilliantly from the outside, and even when Davis forced him to abandon his jab and trade shots on the inside, Roach handled it with confidence and composure.
In that DMV area, there's a lot of talent, and nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose. So I knew it was going to be a hard fight. It's been going on forever. We all help each other. They know our strengths. They know our secrets. We know theirs, and vice versa. So that is what made for a good fight.
By the time the final bell rang, fans inside Brooklyn's Barclays Center were left stunned. After witnessing 36 minutes of nonstop action and violence, no one was certain who would walk away the victor. As the judges tallied their scorecards, Team Davis waited calmly, confident in their fighters' performance. But the smiles on their faces slowly faded as the result was announced. A majority decision draw. For the first time in his professional career, Gervonta Davis exited the ring without a win. Backstage, Davis slumped into a chair while his team, including Barry Hunter, who stepped into the lead role in place of Calvin Ford, shook their heads in frustration. Hunter, clearly disappointed, felt the judges had gotten it wrong. From his perspective, Davis had done enough but was pushed far more than expected.
The second half of the fight. Well, I knew he would be hungry. I knew he was going to fight extremely hard. I told you earlier, Lamont Roach was able to cheat day, so we knew that going into this fight. I thought there were opportunities when we were inside. We should have took advantage of a few things on the inside, but for the most part, this was a fight based on strategy. This was a fight actually.
There's no need to be dishonest about it. Barry Hunter is fully convinced that Gervonta Davis turned a close, back-and-forth contest into a clear victory in the final rounds. We take our hats off to the other side. Hunter told us news. But I thought down the stretch, the last 2 rounds sealed the deal. I thought we pulled it off. Now, Davis's only real hope in the rematch lies in whether he truly takes his craft seriously, as he claimed he would after the fight. The disappointing draw against Lamont Roach prompted Davis to admit he'd only take a brief break, just 1 week away from boxing, before returning to training with renewed focus and urgency.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah.
Regardless of what's going on with Gervonta Davis, boxing fans are eagerly awaiting his rematch with Lamont Roach. This time, all eyes are on Davis to deliver on the bold promise he once made to Roach. I'm going to chop, bob and weave. I'm going to end it in the 9th round. Davis thrives on proving people wrong, especially those who support his opponents. I like to show people they aren't who they say they are, he said. My first time winning a title, the whole building doubted me.
I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must say it wasn't enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring?
Let's look at how it all unfolded. 5-time, Three-division world champion Gervonta Davis returned to Barclays Center, where he previously set the venue's record for highest grossing and most attended boxing event with his knockout of Rolando Romero in May 2022. At the press conference, Davis and Roach reignited their long-standing rivalry dating back to their amateur days, promising fireworks and an all-out war when they finally met in the ring.
I say 9th round. What? I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at night.
I'm telling you, I'm not.
Gervonta Davis expresses appreciation for the New York crowd, saying, "The energy here is amazing. I won my first championship here, and I have more followers from New York than almost anywhere else. New Yorkers bring great energy." Speaking about Lamont Roach, Davis acknowledged his talent. Lamont's got skills, even at a smaller weight class. He's one of the guys I came up with in boxing, and he's still doing well. He's definitely a top opponent, and everyone will see that on March 1st. We'll have to test his chin. He might think my past opponents didn't have chins, but we'll see. I say leave the kids at home. Roach, confident in his own abilities, responded, "I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe I'm going to win. I've hurt everyone I've faced, and this won't be any different."
You going down in a night? You know that power carry late.
I know you got some sneaky power. That's what I do know.
What?
Who said that? You said
My
what?
man over
You
here
said what?
This is a huge opportunity, and we're going to seize it. Everyone knows what I bring to the ring, and if they don't, they're in for a surprise. I'm going to show the world what happens when two real dogs go head-to-head. My team has been with me since day one. We built my career from the ground up, always taking the right fights to move forward. I earned my way to the #1 contender spot, took a loss, and came back stronger. We share a common opponent in Hector Luis Garcia, whom I beat with ease. For him, that fight may have seemed easy too, but the truth is, Frank was inexperienced and nervous. This time it's different. When I step in that ring, it's a whole new level. And trust me, he'll be a very different fighter when he's in there with me.
Was it to get the towel out of, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how